Good Friday morning, Central Georgia. The day is now June the 9th and the time is 6:30 a.m. Thank you all so much for starting your morning with us. I'm Wanye Reese alongside the impeccable meteorologist Jordan West.
Yes, and we have seen some storms yesterday, I will say, in our
we
seven
did.
counties, but today, not so much.
All right, we'll take it.
Yeah, we're taking a live look now in downtown Macon. The sun is still rising, not too much going on. Temperature is sitting at 60 degrees. And as we look over the past 24 hours, some of our southern counties saw that rain I was just talking about. A few storms here and there. Most of our northern counties didn't see much at all. You probably didn't even know all of this was going on. But nevertheless, it happened. And zooming out, you can see now on the satellite, got some cloud cover surrounding us. Overall, nothing too much going on. Cloud cover to our west. A few storms out there in the Atlantic Ocean doing its own thing. Overall, not a threat to the United States. And then looking at the current air quality right now and parts of the north and east, still in that level 3 and level 4 in that dark red, in that maroon color. Meanwhile, moving down south, we're still in that yellow under a level 2. Overall, nothing too much to worry about as that last little loop of fog moved through the area. Yesterday, we saw a high of 92 degrees. I'll talk about what we could see today coming up in your full forecast.
Thank you, Jordan. Another chapter now closed at the troubled Ode Ramada in downtown Macon. A federal judge this week dismissed a bankruptcy filing filed by the hotel's owner.
Here we are 6 months later. We filed our motion to dismiss the case when the broker hadn't been retained, among other things.
6 months was the timeline for Ruby Songa's bankruptcy filing before Judge Mark Treadwell dismissed it on Wednesday. One of Songa's main creditors asking Treadwell to dismiss Songa's bankruptcy because they believe that he wasn't following his Chapter 11 plan. Treadwell approved that plan early this year, requiring Songa to hire an approved broker within 10 days and sell the property within 90. They say Songa never hired a broker, but his lawyer, Chris Terry, says they did.
We hired engaged Marcus Milledgeville on February 25th, and they have since been marketing the property. They've put together marketing materials. They've got it on the website.
Well, right now, the Ramada still isn't on the website. When we called, they said the last record of the property being on the market was over a decade ago. Now the property goes to a receivership. It could be sold traditionally or auctioned off. We have an update to a story that we've been following for you this week. Family and friends of a man killed in Eatonton Sunday are asking for help covering funeral expenses. 32-year-old Frederick Scott Jr. was shot and killed at a gas station after an argument at a gas pump with LaJuan Evans. Evans was later arrested and charged with murder. Loved ones describe Scott as being the life of the party and being able to make everyone laugh. Scott's mom and his stepdad are devastated by the loss of their son. In a post on GoFundMe, Sharaka Melton wrote, "Gracie, Frederick's mom, needs our love and support. We know that this death was really, and it has really affected many in the city of Eatonton and the surrounding cities. The community has raised more than $2,000 for Scott's services so far. You can find the link to donate on our website. That's at 13wmaz.com. A man is now serving time after he pleaded guilty to shooting at Georgia State troopers and leading them on a car chase. In January of 2021, Larry Bryant was texting and driving in downtown Macon when a trooper tried to pull him over. Bryant led troopers on a chase before crashing at the intersection of D and E streets in the Alphabet City neighborhood. He got out of the car and started running. GSP says that's when both Bryant and the trooper started shooting. No one was hurt and Bryant was taken into custody. He was on probation during the shooting after violating Georgia's Street Gang and Terrorism Act back in 2014. District Attorney Anita Howard's office says Bryant will serve 20 years, the maximum that the gang statute carries. Millions of dollars to improve safety and law enforcement is on the way to Central Georgia. Governor Brian Kemp's office announced the grants totaling more than $83 million, and Bibb County is getting a pretty large chunk, about $1.6 million. Sheriff David Davis says it's going towards 150 new flock cameras and equipment to help keep an eye on crime. The announcement came as Bibb leaders met with clergy members to talk violence solutions. Pastor Orlando Shannon says that he grew up here in Macon, and he says that crime is very high here, especially with our young people, because a lot of them grow up in difficult situations and turn to crime to find somewhere they belong. Pastor Ralph Cherry agrees. He says gun violence is an issue in the community and thinks increasing police presence with the grant can make a difference.
When the cat's away, the mouse will play. It's that kind of situation, you know. If the police presence is there, it'll cut down on the crime. You have to have finances to operate, and to receive finances is a step up.
The grants are going to 117 other qualified projects across our state. Washington County and Perry are getting $1.5 million each, Dublin $1.2, and Baldwin County $500,000. Well, the city of Perry is getting an EPA Brownfields cleanup grant to help clean up a contaminated site. The money will help remove contaminated soil next to the city's event center. It's happening where an old dry cleaning facility used to be. Assistant City Manager Robert Smith says workers used to dump the contaminated dry cleaning fluid on the side of the building. He says the contaminated fluid ruined the soil and now they must remove it.
And ultimately, we hope to transition this whole area into a nice, welcoming gateway into downtown Perry. We also hope to provide some sort of amenity for children and families, like perhaps an interactive art installation, something like that.
The city received $500,000. Once the money arrives, engineers and contractors will start the cleanup. Smith is expecting it to take about 6 to 8 months. Getting you to your state news, help could be on the way for military families looking for housing. Senator Raphael Warnock announced a bipartisan effort to make housing more affordable for those families. The senator partnered with Senator Lisa Murkowski of Alaska for the proposed bill. Back in 2015, Congress changed BAH coverage from 100% of estimated cost to 95%. The senator's proposed legislation would increase the formula to cover the full monthly cost of adequate housing in the base area. In a statement, Senator Warnock says, "I know that Georgia is a military state. 1 in 10 Georgians is in some way connected to the military. So when we invest in housing for our service members and their families, we increase their morale and quality of life and boost our national security. Let's get this done." Closer to home, Bibb County cleared the way for one of its biggest development projects. Since the county launched its blight fight in April of 2021, workers have torn down, get this, over 500 blighted structures. Crews tore down the 536 blighted building on Coliseum Drive. The county bought the 21-acre property not too long ago. They want to build something in place of the former Bill Mill building that they say people can be proud of, featuring homes and some retail spots.
And open up a future development that will benefit downtown, the Centerplex, the nearby neighborhoods in East Macon, the future Old Muggy National Park, and our entire community.
The county says they're actively looking for a developer to build on the lot. Well, a building that served children in Warner Robins for years is getting new life as a community center designed to help children. Lindsay Elementary School is now a student support center. But don't let the word student fool you, though. It's designed to help out families across the county. This month, they are offering different literacy programs for each age group and fun activities that are paired with life skills lessons. The resource center also offers clothes for people of all ages and a food pantry. Parents can stay and participate in activities with kids or drop them off during activities. And there's more that parents can do as well.
In July, we've partnered with Sunmark Community Bank, and we'll be offering a financial literacy course for high school students, followed with a lunch and learn on financial literacy for parents.
They also have a parent mentor office and open space for the community to hold events and programming. With the start of summer, more time outdoors can mean a higher danger of tick bites. Hear how that can impact you and how you can try to stay away from that. Plus, an Atlanta business had to change locations. Hear the reason and what the owner says is now a concern. All that and more is coming your way soon, but right now the time is now 6:39. Jordan, I know a lot of folks are worried about the impacts of the smoke from the Canadian wildfires. Are we expected to see any impacts here in central Georgia?
Overall, I think it'll be mostly moderate to low. You can see now on the sunrise and the sky cam out in Macon, you can see the sun very faintly because really all that hazy condition is right in front of it. Therefore, you can see that little circle out there in the distance. But overall, that's not too bad. It's looking pretty nice. Might be a good picture, but temperatures right now around 60 degrees, that dew point 57, and the current air quality up there in the north and east in the red, even in the purple, so level 3, 4, or even 5. Meanwhile, down south here, we're in that moderate to low, that level 2, the yellow. Overall, the main effects will be if you have sensitive allergies or are sensitive to allergies, you could feel those effects, but overall, this last little poof, if you will, of smoke will be moving through as we head throughout the day today. And that's the only real concern with the smoke that's coming in from Canada. But right now, current temperatures across the board are in the 60s, 62 in Gordon, 63 in Wrightsville, 62 in Cochran, 62 again in Gordon. And then as we head towards the afternoon, temperatures will slowly rise on up to the mid to upper 80s. And over the past 24 hours, we did see some rain, mostly towards our southern counties. You can see that there. A few storms were embedded in that yesterday, anywhere south of Cochran. But the radar now is dry. Could see some clouds move in from the west. Today, we couldn't see a sprinkle here and there. Moving into the overnight hours, we will be mostly dry. We've had drier weather move into the forecast areas since yesterday after that cold front brought that drier air with it. Now, we can't rule out those rain chances today as well as tomorrow, but overall they'll be very minimal, very small. There won't be storms, there'll just be showers, and we're not under any severe threat. Now, Sunday might be a different story. We're starting out strong on Sunday morning, seeing a few showers already moving through the area, and then we could see a storm or two move in the early to late morning. 2 p.m. it becomes a little bit more widespread as it moves eastward, and then we should start to clear out of the rain by 9 p.m. Sunday night. Nevertheless, today highs are in the upper 80s, mostly clear, a dry heat, not a wet heat. Like I said, that drier air was moving in after that cold front we saw yesterday. So overall, a very low, humid night, and it'll be actually quite nice as we head into tomorrow as well. More sunshine, mostly sunny skies, and the high sitting around 92 degrees. Over the next 7 days, highs will continue to stay in the upper 80s, even the lower 90s. A 10% chance of rain today and tomorrow with that drier air in place. On Sunday, we could see those showers and storms all day. We're watching for any severe threats with that, and the rain chances continue as, excuse me, as we head through midweek next week.